Okay. Yes. Oh, we're live?
Yes, live now.
Okay, thank you. Nityananda, we're live now on Facebook, social media. So welcome back to another session of The Essence of Living Enlightenment, the ebook. Today we are going to start chapter 3, The Power of Completion. Today's lesson number 5. Welcome to Kailasa, Singapore. My name is Manita Dugananda and today is 7th of May 2025. So before we begin the whole session, let's sit for a few minutes to center ourselves. So close your eyes and align the whole neck, head, and spine in one straight line. Begin awareness of your entire body from head to the toes, fingertips. Occupy this body with your presence, the whole body. Then begin to breathe very slowly and deeply, enter into a gap, a pause. Then exhale very slowly and completely, and then another pause. Continue to inhale and exhale with awareness of the two gaps. Slow down the thoughts per second, TPS. Come to the present moment, the now. In that deep listening and restful awareness, let's invoke Swamiji. Join the palms together in Amajan Mudra. Take a deep breath. Nityanandam Paramasukaram Kevalam Jnanamutim Dvandvatitam Gaganashatrisham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalam Achalam Savadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadguruntam Namami. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let's bow down to Swamiji, requesting him to shower us with the true knowledge of completion, which is the focus of today's topic, chapter 3. Let us uncover the sacred knowledge of Purnatva, completion. So, welcome. Oh, just join. Is there someone outside? Can you just check? I think there's someone outside. Can you just check with us? Whoever is outside. Anyone? No, I just keep. Okay, close the door. I hear someone is like outside. Okay, so let's go into the next slide. Hey, Parvati Swarupini, I don't know why the screen here I can see 2 blocks. Are you seeing any 2 blocks? Oh, that one thought
Yes.
there's one.
Yes.
I don't know. Is it due to your memory or something? There's 2 blocks in the the black the bar. I don't know what is it. Can you see?
It's the Zoom panel control.
How come it's there?
Let me adjust a bit.
This is huge. Like a 2 bar on top of the slide. But in the past, I don't have this problem. I don't know why to do like this. Sorry for the technical glitch. So just give us a couple more This is good, no? And then the other one, that small one at the bottom. Just move it away. Okay. Sorry. So I'm going to cover this topic today. Today is, because this chapter is very long on the power of completion, chapter 3. So I'm going to divide into 2 parts. So I'll cover today part 1 and then next week second part. So first I will do a quick recap of what we learned last week for people who are joining for the first time today, or who are who missed last week. And then we enter into the power of completion, what Somji want to say about completion. And then he said that we're searching in the wrong place. How could we be searching in the wrong place? Why? And what's wrong with the present moment? And then there's no such thing as sweet memory and inner and outer completion. And completion is not blind acceptance. Yes, come in. Who is that? How can you guys make it here? Come. All right, so come. Let's do the actual session itself. So a quick recap of what we remembered in the last lesson. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, he reminded us something very, very important, which is like a huge click. He said, every time we choose a new response, it is a new birth. Oh my God. When that truth hit me, I was like, imagine every time you decide not to follow your default decision, your default reaction, you choose something new. It tantamount to a new birth for each one of us. So this is like a new revelation that is mind-blowing, because we thought a new birth means we have to die and take a new body. So no, choosing even a different response is a new birth. That is mind-blowing for me, okay? Which means constantly when you are upgraded, you're having a new different response, we are inviting a new possibility, a new birth for ourselves. So that is one thing that hit me very deeply with this truth. Then he said the next thing that also very, very thought-provoking is, he said, don't believe your beliefs. Question your beliefs. Infuse awareness to all your beliefs. Continuously break free from all beliefs and patterns. This is like, oh God, we are so habituated to beliefs and patterns. We even worship them. We don't even think that something wrong with our beliefs. And that is very, very kind of make you stop and take a pause and step back and look at, are we being bound by our beliefs that's creating a mess in our life? So this is what Somji said, hey, whatever it is, question your belief. Don't believe your beliefs. You need to infuse a lot of awareness to review all your beliefs, because it is all this sometimes wrong belief or faulty cognition that lead us to all this suffering in our life. So that is the second thing that he make us realize. Then he say also, in the process of doing completions, right? Don't start with patterns that are very, very deeply rooted or entrenched. Start with easier patterns that you can break easily, which it was such a important advice, because if you start with something that is very difficult to even complete, you give up very fast. I remember when I first started, doing a lot of completion after we came back from inner awakening. For I think 9 to 12 months, Somji told us to do completion every night. I remember, because that is like a cleaning up. And so every night we'll sit and write and remember what kind of patterns, and then so we always start with the easier one. Then after that, as we go deeper and deeper, then we work on a much more I would say patterns that's not so easy to complete. So that was another great advice that he gave. So these 3 things we covered last week. Okay, so now let's go on to today's chapter. So today's chapter is all going to be about power of completion, punatwa. Here's the gist. He put it in a very a few sentences. He said, the idea that something outside you can complete you, that can complete you, that can add to you, can fulfill you, immediately reduces you to the level of matter. See, you are consciousness, your energy. But when you carry this thought current of, or something outside can just complete me, can add to me, can just make me happy or fulfilled, then it only means that you are perceiving yourself as matter, body, mind. Understand? He said, no, you're more than that. But you're not matter, you're life itself. Life means, consciousness, awareness. So remember that you are life instead of body, mind, matter. So whether you realize it or not, you are complete unto yourself. So that's another powerful statement. See, this fourth statement, he wants to ingrain into our, awareness. He said, you are complete unto yourself. That means we are already complete. But it just, when we are not aware that we are already complete, that's where we started looking in the wrong place. Then he said, then why do you look at something external to complete you? Completion has to come from inside, not external. Understand? So let's delve into these four main thought current or truth that he wants us to further imbibe. Let's do it. Next slide. So he said, you are searching in the wrong place. He said, what is it? First of all, let's establish what is incompletion. Okay. He said, any actions that is unfulfilled as per your imagination, either because of an outer hindrance, something that is stopping you from outside, or your inner hindrance. That means you have some idea that you can't make it. Let's say you have certain fear, you can't do it, or you have certain ideas that stop you from doing the completion. Is incompletion, he said. If your expectations are not met by you or by others, they remain as an incompletion in you. Let's say you have expectation that you'll be able to do this, but it was not met. So that remains as an incompletion. So he said incompletion is anything that leaves you with the experience of low energy, anything that brings low energy in you, anything that imbalance you, anything that make you powerless. They are incompletion. Okay? So low emotions, not only low energy, low emotions, a feeling of unfulfillment. You don't feel fulfilled. So if you look inside your inner space, whatever experiences you have that brings low energy, low emotion, only negativity, and a feeling of you're not fulfilled at all. You don't feel at peace with yourself. Understand? It is an incompletion. So that is his definition of incompletion. He said, as of now, your life is nothing but a journey from incompletion to another incompletion. So even the so-called positive happening in your life are also a result of incompletion. So your success, your relationships, your wealth, everything is triggered by a sense of incompletion. Like for instance, when I was, when I first graduated and I started running like a rat to accumulate, name, fame, success. It was from the space of insecurity, a space of incompletion from my end. That's why I was running. So even when I achieved success, right? Somebody say it is still from a sense of incompletion, which is true. That's why after even we finish running, we feel not fulfilled. We feel something is missing. Even though I accumulated so much in the outer world, but inside still not settled, feel agitated, feel angry, feel tired. So that is symptomatic of incompletion. That means we are running, running for in the wrong place. Understand? So next slide. So incompletion, he said, is the worst inauthenticity that you can carry. It means if you carry in incompletion, please be very clear, you are not authentic. That is as simple as that, as a conscious being. Because as a conscious being, you should not have incompletion. So incompletion comes out of assumption that something larger than you exists out there for you, which can complete you. That is obviously not the truth, right? That means you thinking that something outside is larger than you and who is going to bring completion to you, which is just wrong idea. He said the idea that something outside can complete you, can add to you, can fulfill you, immediately reduces you to the level of matter, which is what he said. But your life, you're not, your consciousness, you're not matter. So only life can infuse life to matter. Only consciousness can give life to matter. Let's say how, as a consciousness can give life to, a deity, to make it into a living energy, independent energy. Only a consciousness can do that. Because matter cannot infuse life into life. Understand? So only when only you can infuse value to anything that is outside of you. Nothing that is outside of you can infuse value to you. So you, understanding that your consciousness, you can infuse value to anything outside of you. Understand? So that is the whole thing he wants us to catch. As consciousness, you can add anything, add value to anything, add energy to anything outside of you. Nothing from outside can infuse value to you. So whether you realize it or not, you are already complete onto yourself. Then why do you look to something external to complete you? Understand? So he's questioning our logic as we need to find something outside to complete, which is a false idea that or ignorant that we carry. Next slide. So he said the only incompletion you are really carrying is not knowing that you are already complete. That is the main root of all the source of incompletion that you are carrying, because you forgot that you are already complete. Because that's why the Puna mantra says, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Right? It means from the whole, you came out from the whole. How can, even though the whole has left you, you still remain whole? You cannot be be not whole. So it is this one incompletion that expresses itself as your fear, your greed, your anger, your jealousy, and of course also your depression. The moment you forgot that you're already complete within you and allow the ignorance to overtake you, comes all this emotion of fear, greed, anger, jealousy, and depression. So he said, I'm not saying that success is wrong, wealth is wrong. He said no. But pursuing them out of feeling of incompletion is wrong. Let's say you're running behind because you're feeling insecure. You're feeling that you need to feel assured when you run behind success and wealth. Because you feel that if you don't have them, you are not good enough. That is an incompletion. Understand? So incompletion is like poison in your life. It's poison. It is incompletion that drives you to take one birth after another birth. So incompletion is the trigger for getting stuck in samsara, birth, death, birth, death, birth, death, and get caught in the vicious cycle of never-ending looping. So only when you're complete, you break free from that looping. So any incomplete action is karma. When you create any incomplete action, you create karma. So it will pull you back again and again and again to repeat that action till you achieve completion. Understand? So don't dismiss any incompletion or incomplete action, which is karma. Make sure that you go through it and complete that. Either you drop it or you fulfill it. Once you fulfill, you leave your system. Or you decide to drop it and shift to higher awareness and don't want to allow that thing to bother you anymore. So these are the ways to complete. Next slide. So here's the contemplation. He said he wants us to spend a few minutes to contemplate on this thing. Completion makes you tremendously powerful. Too powerful to be intoxicated by success or defeated by failure. Listen to this one sentence. When you attain purnatva, completion, naturally you will be in a powerful space. So powerful that success or failure doesn't bother you. You will not be shaken by failure, or you will not be carried off by success. You will not be floating and become egoistic, nor will you be feeling so powerless due to one failure. So let's contemplate and look inside within ourselves. The time when you feel complete with yourself, do you feel the powerfulness inside you? In that powerful space of completion, whatever success and failure that comes, you just remember, did it bother you? Did it matter to you? You will just have the courage to face even any adversity in the outer world. Even anything that comes good, you will just celebrate. You will not be carried away. Just look in a time where you actually experience completion. What is the feeling? Just contemplate for a few minutes, because it is important to remember the powerfulness of completion. Then when you remember, you will want to get back to that space again and again and again. So that is the whole purpose of this contemplation. Because remembrance of your original state of completion, because he said you're already complete, but you have forgotten. So he's making us remember again and again that we are already complete unto ourselves. In that complete space of purnatva, whether it's success nor failure, you're not bothered. You're just in such a powerful space of completion that nothing can imbalance you. So next slide, let's get to the next slide. So he said, what's wrong with the present moment? Let's try to understand what Swamiji meant by this. What's wrong with the present moment? Okay, he said, understand, incompletion can never exist in the present moment. It's mutually exclusive. When you're incomplete, be very clear, you're either stuck in the past or you are in the future. You're not present. Because life happens in the present. When you are realizing that your life, your consciousness, you are immediately put back to present moment. So at the moment of happening, there is no reference point to measure whether you are less or more successful, less or more wealthy, less or more happy. So all this doesn't, what I call that? It doesn't cross your mind if you are in the present. See, against what can you measure all this in the present moment? All references, all inferences can be made only from the past. So which means you are stuck in the past. That is why all your negativity is rooted in the past. In the last chapter, Swamiji told us again and again, find freedom from the past. It means how to be free from the past. So this is one big thing that we need to continuously bring awareness. All your negativity, all this negative thought current are rooted in the past. So which needs our awareness to make sure that we are we move away from the past, it means we are complete from the past. So past by its very nature does not have life. Past is dead. Why are you dwelling onto the past? Why don't you focus on the present, which is life itself? But if you indulge continuously in the past, it just swallows your future also, which means what? Your future cannot be a new future. It will just be a reproduction of the past. That's why Swamiji says swallow your future. It makes you reproduce the same past into your future. So all negativity is rooted in the past. So negativity cannot grow in the inner space if your past memories are not supplied as evident. Understand? If you don't supply anything from the past memory in your inner space, you can't see any negativity. But when the moment you are stuck in your past memory, that's where you allow negativity to enter into your inner space. So each one of us is dragging along a precious bag of memories. That means we carry the bag full of memories filled with our past perceptions and our past belief, our past expectation, everything that is from the past, especially our past failures. Our past failure or past fear. All this is the bag of memories, the load that we are carrying that make us heavy and not able to be established in the present. Next slide. So he said, life opens up new possibility for you at every moment. The moment you become aware, conscious, new possibility is available to each one of us. But no, you're happy to be stuck with your past record. Because your unawareness, you keep looping in your past. So at each point of life, who you are is a reflection of what you cognize of the future. Yet you think you are a result of the past. Understand? He said, who you are, what you're going to be in the future is nothing but a reflection of what you cognize in the future, what you can see yourself in the future. But yet you think that you are a result of the past. Whatever that you're going to be in the future is from your past. So why? Because the past is not sitting in the past. You're carrying it and forward into the future. Understand? You're not living behind the past. You're carrying it in the present, and then again you're bringing it into the future. This is how we live the same life again and again and again, repetitively. So life is so boring because it is not being lived in the now. In the now, everything will be brand new. Everything is a huge possibility. It is the past which is constantly getting into the present and flowing into the future. So the past is sitting in the future and giving us our experience of the present moment. So the present moment is never fresh because it's tainted by the past. The moment is tainted by the past, be very clear. It is just a replay of the dead past into the future. So that's why he said, don't do this. Complete your past so that you can create, life won't be boring. You create a new future for yourself. Next slide. So let's do another contemplation at this juncture. He said, past by its very nature do not have life. It is dead. Past is dead. But if you indulge continuously in the past, it swallows the future also. It swallows your possibility of the future, which means once it's swallowed, you are only going to reproduce the same dead past into the future. So let's look at this contemplation, what Swamiji is saying, and how true in the past you have, when you're not aware of this thing, when you're cherishing, entertaining the past, how you again and again reproduce into the future and destroy your future. Look inside. Before you learn about completion, before you know how to introduce a new response, this is what you did in the past. So, next slide. So he said there is no such thing as sweet memory. Be very clear. There are some people who are attached to the sweet memory. He said there's no such thing. Understand, the best happening of your life are those that don't leave behind a trace of memory. So that means after you experience it in your life, you don't attach to that memory. If a past happening causes a stir inside you, whether it's sweet or sad, understand that there is an incompletion there. Either there is an unhealed wound, that means a wound that is still there, or an unfulfilled craving, that means you still crave having the last for something because you don't feel that you're complete. So understand, whether it's a wound or it is a craving, it is still an incompletion. Sweet means what? You still want it, you still crave for it. Let's say a wound means you're feeling sad. So a really complete happening will present itself to you just as it happened, with no charge of emotion, don't feel any sadness, anger or whatever, no load from the past. So both sweet or painful memories are hangovers, whether either extremes, pain or sweet or pleasant, they are all hangovers. So anything that comes from the past as a constraint in the future is a limitation and also a bondage. It means what? You're bound by these memories, whether it's sweet memory or sad memory. So then when that kind of thing had power over you, it just destroys your ability to respond freely in a new way, spontaneously in the present moment. That is the reason why Swamiji constantly remind us to again fall into the present, to not allow any hangovers. You need to complete with all the hangovers from the past so that you can then be spontaneous in the present moment to choose what you want to decide for the future. If in the present you carry all these past memories, then you again get caught by the incompletion and not able to create a brand new future of possibilities. Okay, next slide. Next slide. So he said, all the pain you experience is the incomplete past projected into the future. Understand? All the pain you experience is the incomplete past projected into the future. If you complete it, you will have the awareness that it is from the past. You won't indulge in it anymore. You just feel that, hey, it's already over. Why am I still hanging over with this? Why am I still suffering? Decide consciously, that's it, enough. So the past repeats itself in the future only when there is incompletion. When your experience in the present moment is complete and you decided that I want to get back to completion, it no longer bothers you anymore. You just say, okay, yeah, it happened in the past, I'm done with this. Over. It doesn't get added to your already loaded past. Understand? You don't have to forget your past itself, because your past is part of your whole evolution, your whole happening. But the main thing is You just need to break the boundaries that it has created on the future so that you can disconnect that bondage of the past and create a brand new future. That is what Swamiji is telling us to do the completion. Okay, understand? Give me a thumbs up. Everybody is understanding what Swamiji is saying. Yes, good. Next, let's go on to the next part. Now, this is the activity for today. All of you, please go and take your pen, your book, notebook. This is important. Okay, this is this week's homework. So here's the activity. We're going to spend some time doing this activity. Okay, he said make a list of 5 incidents from the past which leave you with an emotion, whether it's a sweet emotion or painful emotion, something that create yearning for you to again running behind that thing, or a painful experience that that create so much of sadness. See, all these memories are incompletions and create a pattern in you. So please, first of all, take a paper and pen, list down 5 incidents. Then from this 5 incidents, trace the pattern linked to each incompletion. Trace the pattern linked to each incompletion. Let's say the first incident is about you getting angry whenever someone abuse your trust, abuse the trust that you give. So you get very angry because then you trace back, someone in your life, it could be your father, your mother, or someone, your sibling, that had abused your trust in them, and you become very angry. And that is always triggered whenever someone you trusted abused that trust. So you can trace back to the pattern of each incompletion. Okay. So then for the next 1 week, okay, so first list down the 5 incidents, then trace back. The third step, listen, he said, for the next 1 week, this is what you do. Whenever the pattern comes up again, let's say someone again triggered that pattern of, trust, then bring awareness that you are responding from incompletion due to the past memory. It means you catch yourself that, this is the part that I keep repeating because it was from my old memory. You need to bring awareness. Then the more and more you become aware, very soon you will see that you have the awareness to catch your pattern even before it catches you. So that is the technique that Swamiji wants you to do, all of us to do. First list it down and then trace back when did it start. After that, in the next 1 week, the moment again that get triggered, bring awareness to the incompletion, that it is from your past. Then when your awareness is there, you're able to stop it, because your awareness will make you catch the pattern and stop it before it becomes full-blown. Okay, so now we'll take some time. All of you, please take a pen and paper, and we'll take 10 minutes to do this exercise, this activity. Can all of you do that? Please take a notebook to work on this. See, only when you consciously work on this, you will be able to become more and more aware. Your awareness will help you to catch your pattern instead of being driven by the pattern. Now you catch the pattern and stop it. So this is a technique that Swamiji gives. So all of you, please list down. You have paper and pen, or you can use the phone to type on the note so that you're able to keep it somewhere to review it. Okay, so we'll spend I'm going to play some Mahavakya so that you can do this part. So this is an important exercise, okay? So all of you, please do this exercise consciously. Make a list of 5 incidents from the past which leave you with an emotion, whether it's sweetness or painful memories, emotions. And all these memories are incompletion which create a pattern in you. What is the pattern that gets created? Then try to trace the pattern linked to each incompletion and observe yourself within the next 1 week and catch yourself whenever the pattern gets triggered. Any questions so far? If you have questions, you can type onto the Zoom chat and then we can take it from there. So all of you, please do this activity consciously, because only when you do it, then you see the power of the awareness that you can have. So those of you who are on Zoom physically here, or even those who are watching from Facebook, please do this exercise. It will bring tremendous clarity in you, because you're doing a conscious process to identify your incompletions and the patterns that you are stuck with. So do this activity sincerely with a list of 5 incidents from the past which leave you with an emotion, whether it's a sweet memory or sweetness or painful memory. All these memories are incompletion and it creates a pattern in you. So trace the pattern linked to each incompletion, whether it's attachment, craving to relive again and again, or painful memory that you try to run away, or it makes you depressed, sad. So enjoy it. More coffee here. Good thing my cough over it. I also cough for 2 weeks. Hmm? Really? That's good. See, for them, they don't have any incompletion. Yeah, it's easy to complete. So if you feel complete, then that's good. How about Jing Hao 有没有 incompletion? I thought you guys say it. No comment. Okay. I was like, I didn't expect. Okay, that's good. Because I didn't expect you to show up because I thought you were so bad. As long as they are able to hold up. So all of you done with this exercise, this activity? Or still doing? Need a bit more time? I think 10 minutes past already. Still need more time? Yes? Okay. Let's do 5 more minutes. Extend 5 more minutes. Use your consciousness to scan now, because now you're in an energy field, the space of completion in Swamiji's breathing space. Take this opportunity not to miss this chance to consciously uproot all this pattern of past memories. When you do that, you will see a lot of load get lifted from you, and you will be able to respond brand new way. All right, it's 15 minutes. Time's up. Anyone want to share? Like the fix you have or any discovery you have? Anyone want to share? I stopped the Mahavakya. Anyone would like to share this whole exercise, this whole activity? Anything that you internalize, anything that you have new realization? Anyone?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I can share.
huh?
I can share.
Okay, great. Go
Yep.
ahead.
So I do realize that I get impatient these days when I realize like my mom doesn't really like to exercise her brain. Like she doesn't like to think too much.
You
Yeah,
feel that she's now no longer very intelligent, is it?
yeah, like very forgetful, or before she thinks of a solution, right? Then she will say, like, hey, can you help me? I don't know how to do this, So yeah, I do catch myself being impatient, and actually I will intentionally tell her, oh, okay, you, like, for example, going to the cashiers, like, ordering at IKEA, ice cream cone, that kind of thing. So I purposely expose her to new experiences and letting her interact. The more she doesn't want to do it, the more I tell her, oh, you can go and try it. So that at least she still, has new experiences, and then she learns new things, at whatever age that she is. Yeah, so this incompletion, I do realize, is because I do worry and fear, like, what her future condition may be, if let's say,
You're afraid that she become dementia, is it?
Yeah, I mean the mind will deteriorate lah in some form.
Yeah, of
So
course. If you don't use it, you definitely
mm,
deteriorate. Mm. So in that fear, you become impatient with her.
yes.
Okay. So then, what is going to be your solution? How you're going to complete with this fear?
Well, I mean, I tell myself that what I can do is to warmly encourage her and to to participate with her, in keeping her active with all sorts of activities.
Mm.
So yeah, because I guess she's like a kid again, right? Like she wants people to accompany her, or bring her out, she enjoys all these things. Yeah, but if you ask her to do it alone, she won't. Yeah, so it's just like, like what you mentioned before, like we have to live intensely with that person and just let her continue to experience a lot of beautiful memories in her life as well. Lor.
Mm. See, I
Mm.
think one thing you can shift her, because I tell you, a lot of old folks, right, after certain age, they stop trying. They just go into this like a looping way of living. It's just like a replay. They just replay only. Don't they almost have very low awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that replay low awareness, like many parts of the brain is not functioning. Because only a few tracks is working only, right? Because you're repeating the same action, the same thinking only. So,
Mm.
I mean, try to stimulate her mind to engage in a new way. Because
Mm.
as we age, if we don't do that, this is what is going to lead to a lot of memory loss, and also slowing down of the cognitive capability.
Mm.
So that is actually, in the future, that let's say, we have like some of these old folks elderly care center. This is going to be the huge challenge, because you know why? See, our society are more and more aging population, right? In Singapore, we all know that, right?
Yes.
The aging population is going to increase tremendously. It's already have. So, but the problem is, these old folks, or say these elderly people,
Mm.
they may be taken care of physically, but mentally it's not easy to stimulate or get them to be engaged. So
Yes.
even you wheelchair them there, and and try to do some physio or some kind of like a ball throwing thing, right? They do, right? Not some
Mm.
very strenuous exercise, but mentally, if they are still in a down state, that is not going to have any improvement, because here is what makes the body respond also,
Mm-hmm.
correct? If here is already down, the body is going to be down.
Mm-hmm.
Body takes the cue from what kind of mental capability or thought current that it
Mm.
is entertaining. So I think your this example is really really good to see how you get caught yourself in this whole agitation.
Mm.
Even though your intention is good, but your fear lead you to respond in anger, agitation,
Mm.
impatient.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Mm.
Just
Okay,
wondering, I
great.
mean, from your knowledge, like, does Swamiji have any advice on this, like how to stimulate the mind of the elderly?
Meditation now. Meditation is actually one of the best way to keep that awareness. Of course, see, before you can even sit and meditate, right? So maybe for her, you can ask her to do some a little bit more dynamic meditation. That means involve the body work as well.
Mm.
Because For them to sit, they can't sit on either they sleep and they fall asleep, right? Because they never prime the body. When the body is not prepared to sit with awareness, naturally they fall into unconscious, right? Or they can't hold the body for long. They can't
Yeah.
sit to meditate, correct?
Yes.
So which means meditation is going to be a far-flung possibility for them, right? So then try some dynamic meditation, like for instance, I think like Somji talk about like movement, dance, right? Like say she loves certain music when she was young. Play that kind of music so that she can move freely, right?
Okay.
Do movement. Another way that I can see, because a lot of them suffer from immobility issues because of the aging, you can also like do aqua, something in the water, because the water will help them to take away the earth constraint. It means gravity. So in the water, the buoyancy will reduce the strain that they have to go through to hold the body upright. So the water will make them a little bit more weightless. So to move in that fluidity is a lot easier. Like
Right.
I don't know whether in your area there is some kind of like a elderly water yoga or water some kind of you know something to do in the side of water,
Okay.
which will
Okay.
help.
Sure. Sure. I'll bring her to the swimming pool.
Does she swim?
Yes. She used to lah. And then actually I'm grateful that because she does a lot of manual work, so actually her flexibility, her limbs, everything, she's still very agile. So
That's a good thing. So try
yeah.
to engage in other physical work so that then she can sit and be able to meditate.
Okay.
Hmm?
Okay. Thank you.
Anything, Parvati Sarufini, you want to share?
Yes. The first thing I would like to share is, yes, when just now, because I noticed that whenever my mom start to talk, and then I kind of impatience and maybe a little bit of agitation as well. So just now I try to look inside, how come? Because I did so many rounds of completion with my mom already, but how come still have this little reaction? And then, just now I found that, there's one connection pop up. She might be wrong, but I need to dig in to find out how this connection was planted in the past. How come I thought that she might be wrong in sometimes. I don't know. And then the second thing is, at first when you ask us to write down the 5 incidents, no matter is not only painful but sweet, with the sweet, that means the happy emotion as well. At first, I just had how come the sweet, I mean the incident with sweet emotion is a pattern. I don't quite get it. But when because there's certain memories, happy memories, so I remember, so I jot down first, and then when I look in, I find the pattern when I just sit to look in. So yes.
Good. So even the sweet memory, because the sweet memory, when you are not living with awareness, it leaves a hangover of craving to want to have it again. The attachment. So that is a pattern. It's just that it's at the other extreme rather than sadness. Understand? So that is still holding you back. still holding us back when you have attachment or craving for something. When you are, that means what? The whole experience was not fully lived. When you fully lived, you will leave your system. You just be able to move on. When you feel that it is not fully lived, you still hanker for that experience again, chasing after the same experience again. Then it is an incompletion, because you create a karma. It's like an incomplete action. You create a karma of wanting more and more and more. Okay, like karma of greed. Understand? What about anyone from here want to share?
Yeah, for me, I looked into, I was working on the incompletion in PSS in March. And then when I came back, it was greatly reduced, but it was not completely gone. So then just now I look at it again. And then I didn't understand, suddenly I didn't understand why it's such a big deal anymore. So I think that's good.
Okay, that's good. That's great. What about, do you have anything? Okay, let's continue with the next few slides. We're not done yet, still got a few more slides to finish off. Okay, so that was the activity that we did. Again, so many blocks. Okay, next slide. So now Swamiji talk about inner and outer incompletion. So listen carefully. He said, any action performed from a state of incompletion will only lead to more incompletion. That means you're multiplying incompletion. So anything done from a state of completion will lead to only completion in others as well. So when you're operating from the space of completion, even you go through the whole action, the others will also be complete. So if you feel disturbed by a woman outside, understand the disturbance is not from the outer woman. It is from the inner woman. The fantasy called woman you carry inside. So it is nothing but an incompletion inside you. So that's why when we did the group completion, remember 2 days ago. So whatever we project on others, it is something that is bothering us inside. Like someone tell me, oh, you like to be the limelight. You like to, what you call that? Take the center stage, right? So when someone makes such a observation of you, what it reflects is something the person inside, because it's a projection from the other person. Whatever someone has said about you in the whole process, understand that person is reflecting something that is carrying inside. Okay? So, because if your ability to see that, then is a completion. It's easy to state how you feel. Oh, I feel this person is so and so. But ability to trace and where this come from and uproot that within you, that perception, is the completion. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. Next slide. So there is a beautiful story of the sage Narada. Narada is such a cool sage. I love his story. So here's another story. He said before he was conferred the honor title of Chiranjeevi Deva Rishi. So it means he was given this title called Immortal Celestial Sage. That means he's immortal. And he was offered all possible pleasures in wide varieties and wild quantities, like a lot of beautiful women, rivers of Soma Rasa, which is the drink of gods. That means like, something to enjoy and whatnot. So he was showered with all this temptation. Understand? But because he was not touched by any of it, he was given this title, even though he was showered with all this, but he remained centered, he remained untouched. So, understand, completion lies inside you, not outside of you. If you're complete, no other outer event can cause incompletion in you, can imbalance you. That's what Somji said just now. You know, when you're established in the space of completion, no success, no failure can shake you. Okay? So here's a practice he wants us, all of us to do. He said, when a happening disturb you, and suddenly, like say, you see your mom, non-responsive way, or disturb you, just look in and see. You have a choice not to let it make you incomplete, isn't it? So do you want to take that choice? So if your decision, yes, I don't want that to become it, make me incomplete, then get back to the space of completion. Okay? So every time you catch yourself, that some happening outside disturb you, trigger some kind of agitation, powerlessness, anger, whatever it may be, pause and look inside and see that you have a choice to make, whether to make an incompletion in you or not. Next slide. So then he said, completion is not blind acceptance. Please understand. He said, completion does not mean accepting everything that happens in life. Completion is not blind acceptance. Again, he emphasized. What is the difference between resisting, accepting, and not resisting? So he gave an example. Just imagine you're sitting in a garden one morning and sipping a nice cup of tea. Suddenly, you see your neighbor rushing towards you with a knife. I'm going to kill you! Out of blue, your neighbor is running after you, going to threaten your life. Next slide. So what will you do? He said, now, you have 3 ways of responding to this unexpected happening in your life. Correct? 1, you can resist the moment and get angry and panic and say, oh, this guy has been my neighbor for 10 years and I did so much for him. I helped him so much by lending him money, but he never returned it to me. Now, how can he do this to me? Right? So you go into this, you're caught on your own perceptions, and in the process, completely lose sight of what you actually need to do in this situation is to save your life. I know. You allow that past to make you forget your immediate response you need to do. Then, you can accept the situation and feel like a saint, and saying, all right, this is life, I'm not even making an attempt to change the situation. So, next slide. He say, understand, neither these attributes is completion. He said, completion means simply assessing the situation as it is. Okay, what is this guy doing? He's rushing towards you with a knife, means he's trying to kill you and it's dangerous, right? So he said that a man rushing towards you with a knife is a man rushing to you with a knife. That is the reality. This is the world, right? The world is someone is trying to kill you. Your neighbor is gone mad. When you assess the situation without applying your personal filter, or how come he's like this, I lend him money, all this drop, you will know exactly what action to take. Just duck and run away, or stand there and fight with him, right? So that is you become aware. So the click here he mentioned is completion is not blind acceptance of this guy is like this. Completion simply means not resisting the flow of life. Understand? The flow of life is happening like this, but you're not resisting. You're making decision to basically change the whole flow of life, right? You're not resisting, but you're actually taking action. Okay, so next slide. So we come to the end of today's session. This is part 1 of chapter 3. Next week we'll continue part 2 because there's a lot to cover on completion itself. So once again, I want to remind everybody that, we welcome all of you, especially people who are not aware that Kailasa is an enlightened civilization nation. Sorry, there's a spelling error. And so we want to reach out to all the people to sign up as an e-citizen. So we have a lot of Rajya Sabha members who are able to help. If you want more details, please contact any one of the Rajya Sabha members. We'll be more than happy to take you through the citizenship guide of Kailasa and welcome you to be part of the whole enlightened civilization. Next. So we also invite everybody to, if you're inspired by this whole lifestyle, Somji come up with this Paramashiva Sena program, which started last December, and I was the first batch. So now we are already in batch 6, which started, a few days ago on the 1st of May, and it's following the US time. There are a few places that are available offering this program: India, Malaysia, KL, and LA. So a few places that are available. If you are interested, you can sign up under ecitizen.info/PSS, Paramashiva Sena program. So here are the different batches that are planned for the future. If you can't come in May, please plan for future batches so that you can take time off. It's a 1-month program, okay? Very powerful 1-month program. In the first 2 weeks, you'll be working on very deep completion, which is what we are doing now. Very deep one, completion at all levels. So then in the last 2 weeks, you will start becoming, learn how to expand yourself. So first 2 weeks are critical in establishing deep completion within you at all levels. So don't miss this program. If you want to work on completion, you see, doing it by yourself is not faster or as effective when you attend a program with Swamiji, because in the energy field, in his breathing space, completion just happens a lot more faster and very deep level of completion. Even past life in completion gets completed. Okay, so do consider coming for Paramashiva Sena program if you really want a breakthrough in your life. Next slide. Many of us already attended. Now, so just to conclude, the next session is 13th of May, next Wednesday. We're going to continue with the part 2 of the power of completion in lesson number 6. Okay, I think this is the last slide. So with that, I'd like to thank all of you for joining me in this session. I hope you got something out of today's session and having new clicks and also new powerful cognition to bring more completion in your life. Okay, so with that, I would like to conclude with the Purna mantra. Thank you all for joining. Looking forward to see all of you again next week. So let's chant the Purna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Saubam Bhagavad Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Parutha Paramastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you, Nityanandam. See you all next week. Stop the recording.